All right, it's time to settle in. So get all warm and cozy under your blankets, because tonight, we have such a special story for you. Now, you might be thinking of a hero with a magic cape or super strength, but this story, it's about a different kind of hero, a true hero. And her superpower? Well, it was a heart that was just completely full of love. So, where does our story begin? Well, it starts a long time ago in a little town far, far away called Skopje. And in that town, there lived a little girl. Her name was Agnes, and even when she was just a tiny little thing, she was already learning the big secret of how to be kind. You see, her mom, Drana, she had a heart that was just so big and generous. Their front door, it was always open. Anyone who was hungry or needed little help was welcome. And she taught Agnes something really important, that the very best things in life are the things you share with others. In fact, her mom would say to her, "My child, never eat a single mouthful unless you're sharing it with others." Wow. And Agnes, she took that lesson and she tucked it way, way deep inside her heart, and it stayed there for her whole entire life. It really became the heart of her story. So as Agnes got bigger, that little lesson from her mom, it grew right along with her. It was like a little seed that turned into a quiet whisper inside her heart, a really special feeling that told her she was meant to do something wonderful, something amazing, something to help people all over the world. So when she was all grown up, at just 18 years old, she left her home to become a nun. And for years and years, she was a teacher in a school in India, and she loved teaching the children there. But then, one day, while she was on a big, rumbling train, that little whisper in her heart, it wasn't a whisper anymore. It became a clear, strong call. And she just knew she had to follow it, even if it was a little scary, and even if it meant leaving her cozy life behind. And what she heard was so clear, it was like a bell ringing. Leave your comfortable life, go and live with the poor, and serve them with your whole heart. Now, can you imagine hearing that? It must have been a little bit scary to hear something so big. But Agnes, well, she was so brave, and she decided to listen. And that's just what she did. She said goodbye to the quiet school she loved so much. She traded her clothes for a simple white sari, with a pretty blue border. And then she took a deep breath, and she walked out into the busy, noisy city streets, ready to begin her real mission. And when she started, she had no money. Not even one single coin in her pocket. She had no help either. It was just her. No one to walk beside. But she did have one thing. The one thing that mattered more than anything else in the whole world. She had a heart just overflowing with love. And with all that love in her heart, she started doing the most wonderful things. Simple things, really. She would gently clean people's cuts and scrapes. She'd share whatever food she had with those who were hungry. She gave big, warm hugs to people who felt all alone, like maybe the world had forgotten them. She even taught little kids who couldn't go to school, just by drawing letters for them right there in the dirt. Well, little by little, people started to notice. They saw the incredible kindness of this woman, who we all now know as Mother Teresa. Her loving heart, it was like a magnet. It pulled other kind people toward her, people who wanted to help too. And her little mission of just one person, it grew and grew into a big, wonderful family of helpers. They called themselves the Missionaries of Charity. And the story of her kindness, well, it started to travel. It was like a whisper on the wind, starting in just one city and then spreading all the way around the whole wide world. Everybody wanted to know more about this amazing woman and her simple but oh so powerful way of loving people. And then, one year, 1979 to be exact, she was given one of the biggest, most important awards in the whole world for peace. It's called the Nobel Peace Prize. But you know what she did? They were going to have a big, fancy dinner for her, and she said, "Oh, no thank you." She asked them to take all the money that the dinner would have cost and use it to buy food for families who didn't have enough to eat. Isn't that incredible? And whenever people asked her, "Mother Teresa, what's the secret? How can we have peace in the world?" her answer was always so simple. It was actually brilliant. She said that big changes, they don't start with giant plans. Nope, they start really, really small, right there in your own home, with loving your family, smiling at each other, just helping one person at a time. I mean, just look at some of these amazing facts. Her tiny little mission grew so big. Get this, she won over 700 awards, and she gave every single one of them away to help the poor. She even learned how to speak 5 different languages, all so she could talk to more people and comfort them. And that simple white and blue sari she wore, it's now a symbol of kindness and charity that people know all over the globe.
But here's the most important part of the whole story. Mother Teresa's story, it isn't just about her. Nope, it's a story for you too. You see, she really wanted every single one of us, you and me, to know that we have that exact same superpower right inside of us.
This is probably her most famous secret. She said, "Not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love." And what does that mean? It just means you don't have to worry about changing the whole entire world all at once. All you have to do is find one small thing right in front of you and do it with a great big loving heart. And what are those small things? Well, they could be as simple as sharing your snack with a friend who doesn't have one. Or maybe it's being extra gentle when you pet your dog or cat. Or even helping a little bug get back outside. It could even be just giving someone a big, warm smile when they look sad. See? They're all small things, but when you do them with love, they become really big things. So tonight, as you start to drift off to sleep, just hold this little question in your heart. What small thing will you do with great love tomorrow? Because every little act of kindness you do, it's like lighting a tiny candle. And when we all light our candles together, we can make the whole world so very bright. Sweet dreams.